Here we go. Okay. Blessings, everyone. Yeah, we had some issues with Google, so a lot of us couldn't be heard. I couldn't be heard in the beginning before we went live. So here I'm talking, thinking nobody's listening to me. Nobody can hear me. So anyway, so who knows? So, all right, blessings. And here we go. Anyway, here we go. Greetings, this is Redmond. Blessings from the Sirian race. Much love. Connecting, yes. Galactic Federation of Light. Ashtar Command, different beings are bringing assistance here also. So, whenever you are ready, be happy to assist.
Greetings, Redmond. Welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, first off is Wanda 11. Eric Metis channeled that the human elite do not do children or human sacrifices. Is this true? Says it's just another conspiracy theory.
It all depends on what reality you are connecting to, but yours, one moment. Some don't want to connect with that to be surprised how it is. No, it's not a conspiracy theory, though, not from what we are seeing. But everyone has their own point of view, of course. They're seeing what they want to see, but these things are very much real on your planet. You see it actually through human trafficking all the time. So if they're willing to go in that way, and that's very much alive on your planet, imagine there's much other things going on. Unfortunately, blessings. It happens every day, actually. And it's not necessarily the elites that are doing it. There's a many amount of groups, many in your voodoo type of rituals. You'd be surprised. So everyone has their own point of view, of course. Blessings.
Okay, second question for Wanda 11. A channeler that has channeled a lot of planets says the moon does not have a god consciousness they could connect to, but did connect to an alien being, and the moon is hollowed out from their mining project. Is this true? And if so, why did we put so much stock in connecting with the moon energy if it's not alive with a god essence?
Well, everything is alive, so they're just not connecting to it because they're not ready for it. But it's very much alive, trust us. It is alive like anything else, like a piece of paper or your pencil or pen. Everything is alive. It's just this person channeling hasn't fully connected to the moon's vibration. They have their purpose of doing so. But to say what they are connecting to is incorrect, but there is a moon consciousness that can be very much easily connected to. Blessings.
Okay, next is Bosco. Hi, peace and blessings. Any messages from any beings around me?
Moment. At this time, there's a Palladian energy around you at this time assisting with your downloads and information that's being brought to you. And astral, you seem to be connecting to a lot of crocodile energies. One moment. For apparently you're going through a history lesson basically with them. Not many beings, many beings do connect to them, but Earth human For your purpose, it is for research from what we are seeing. Blessings.
Okay, second question. What is the status of my chakras and can I get some assistance on balancing them? Much love.
One moment. Right now, your sacral chakra does need needs some assistance, basically. You guys, for your assistance from your spirit guide, doesn't make a past life that can be released. Does seem like a Martian lifetime from what we're seeing at this time. And you had many lifetimes at Atlantis. Most likely, you will see that in your meditation if you wish to connect to it in that way. Blessings.
Okay, and next is Angie S. I woke up between 2 to 3 a.m. to what sounded like a pop. I sat up and the room was completely dark. It wasn't the electricity. Was I being visited or coming back from astral possibly?
Yes, there's a amount of gray energy around you, Zetas. Palladians were there also, but it seems like the Zetas were there. Just basically let you know that they're there. That's all. I believe you asked for a signal when you re-entered. Blessings.
Okay, and second question for Angie. About 4 years ago, I found my cat's litter box filled with water almost to the top. Who was the being that did this?
I believe it was interesting. Pleiadian, for some reason, I'm not sure what caused that, though. They're not going into details. That's probably why they did not come through. They're not going into any details at this time. It's interesting. Blessings.
Okay, back to the first page on chat questions. Next is Carol McLaughlin. Thank you for coming. Are there any messages for me?
It does seem like you're connecting to the Palladians recently. Has been on their ships as for a rejuvenation process. It does involve your cooking. I know that sounds quite humorous, but it does involve your cooking as for it's going to recipes might not fully be connected. It has a healing process within it. You are also connected to the angelic realms more than usual. As for a lot of it has to do with Archangel Michael. It does seem he shows me putting a crown on your head, but he's not going into details of that at this time. Basically, he says, well, yes, he says that you're opening up more. Blessings.
Second question for Carol. How are my hybrid children doing? Much love to you.
Oh, they're always doing well. I just see a feline race that you're connected to, that you connect with, I believe, most days in astral. But this time you are... It is going well. That's all I'm receiving from that. Blessings.
Okay. Next is Zinuki. First question. What happens when someone breaks a vow, such as marriage vow or a spiritual contract? Is there karma involved?
It depends if it's done in a negative way. If it's not, there's usually no karma. If it's done in a negative way, most likely receive some karma, but not necessarily even that would be that significant. It might feel some. Blessings.
Okay, second question for Zinu. Many people hate their family. They have nothing in common with their family. They want to get away from their family. Family can even be the worst part of their lives. How is our galactic family different to our Earth family?
Oh, normally it's very positive, of course. But understand this reality, you're usually connecting to beings that you would normally never incarnate with, or beings you're trying to settle, you're trying to make a friendship with them. Not it. Yes, most families are, that's part of the test. It's like if you're going to have a family where everything works out, what is the point of coming to Earth? The idea is to come into a family that you don't have to get along with, but for you to settle your differences. That's not always the case. It doesn't always happen, but you're learning from each other. Understand, the more opposite you are, the more you learn from each other. The more you are the same, yes, it's a lot less stress, but the learning factors aren't as high. I believe that makes sense. So it's all learning experience, basically. You can have a nemesis in your family. Many do. Many have their mothers and fathers as a nemesis. Such as they sacrifice you in another lifetime and you reincarnate with the one that took you from their life. Blessings.
Okay, next is Stephen Davies. Question for my guides. Did my body detox go well?
Yes. Yes, I do see your pineal gland, however you pronounce that, actually cleared a little bit. I do see. It wasn't that necessarily the intention for the detox, but I believe it did bring assistance to that. Blessings.
Okay, second question. Any messages? Thanks a lot.
What was the name of this individual again?
For Stephen Davies.
Yes, thank you. Disconnected for a moment. One moment. It does seem like you're connecting to many reptilians, but also many angels. You are connecting to your angel aspect more than ever before. This angel energy is one moment. Is it connecting to the Earth's core, as in for Agartha's energies, as for assisting Agartha to be seen more and for your humans to be more understood, to be channeled more? We do see much of that. Of course, your alien energies are quite strong, but we see you're assisting much of the Agarthians. Blessings.
Okay. Next is Moses. Today, our birdhouse fell out of the tree and decapitated the Buddha's head. Who did this, and is there a message or meaning to this?
This means they need a new Buddha. That's all. Not really. I don't see a negative being involved with it. I'm not seeing that. It's just life happens. I'm not seeing anything negative there. It's just that I see a new Buddha coming in. That's all. That one was ready to go, from what I'm seeing. Nothing against you, of course. It's just that time for that one. You can keep him around if you wish, but I believe another one will be in his place. Blessings.
Okay, next question for Moses. When I was a small child, I got a pan filled with hot water. When I was a small child, I got a pan filled with hot oil thrown over the half of my face. It's a wonder that I don't have any scars or burnings on my face. How did I recover that fast, or who protected me? What happened? Much love.
The angels protected you during this. It was a wake up call for you also that you will survive it, is to let you know there's much more going on. It was like you understand sometimes you're very difficult to get, you're stubborn at times, as most humans are. And so this was like a awakening for you, basically. So yes, wasn't exactly the best way to go about it, but it was one way. Everybody finds their own way to awaken. That was yours. At least something to look back on to see that you will be fine. It was a small wake, but it was a big deal, as you can see, because it could have caused a great deal of pain for sure, and scars. Yes, not to say it did not cause pain. Blessings.
Okay, next is Marianne Arenas. Any messages for her?
One moment. One moment. Yes, right now you're going through a lot of healing at this time. Internal scars. Your guides are also saying sea salt is good for cleansing the soul, cleansing dark or lower energies. It's up to you if you wish. For bathing purposes, or they're also showing a candlelight would be good to help your energy flow. At least it's just recommend. It's up to you. That's a message at this time. Yes, I do see some certain lifetimes that have not been released, causing a slight blockage there. Blessings.
Second question for Marianne Arenas is any messages from Lyran family?
Yes, and astral you connect to them on a daily basis. But also they show many adventurous lifetimes of just riding your horses and doing a great amount of athletics. So you were very adventurous with them, and I believe there's a part of you that's missed them very much, but And this incarnate, you're learning a lot for them and yourself. So your alliance has much purpose for your incarnation here, but they're not going into full details at this time. But right now you are, it does seem like you're letting go of the past. You've had lifetimes here that you're resolving through individuals that you know. Blessings.
Okay. Next is Freddie Collett. When I was meditating under a tree, I saw this white room with geometric figure in black. What was that for?
One moment. It does seem like an outside angel. An angel that is coming to you. One moment. I do see a six-finger angel. I know that sounds unusual, but there's an angel, a six-finger angel, just getting reacquainted with you. I believe this is a female, but of course has male energies also, but I see mostly a female. One moment. I believe they're just there for just to say hello, but one moment. I'm not receiving a name from them at this time. The six-finger angel should do fine. Blessings.
Okay. And second question is, still in meditation, I think that I connected to a parallel life where I was seeing my arms holding an old plane stick or else. Could you expand on that? Thanks.
You said a old plain stick. What was that? Sorry, it broke.
Yeah.
Up. Interesting. One moment.
Yeah. An old plane stick.
One moment. All I see is a lifetime. I believe yes, an alternative Earth where Gartho is very powerful here, where their presence is a lot stronger, known. Such as your elementals are more known in your cultures, not just for fiction purposes or work. And this stick was, you can say, a wizardry type of energy, basically. That is what I'm receiving. So I believe you were giving this stick a power, basically, from what I'm seeing. That is the version I am picking up. Others might see something else, but that is what I'm picking up on. Blessings.
Okay, next is Denise 1111. Does Archangel Michael have any messages for me?
Right now you're going through a vortex of understanding where your soul wants to go. Basically, it does seem like your timelines are shifting at this time, and a new you is finding its way to you. I just see a lot of, yes, canine energies around you to bring happiness, but also your direction does seem to be, you seem to be planning your new life, a spiritual life, but also a life where you feel a lot lighter and less negative, less depressed. Yes, a balancing is coming through. I believe you feel that. I see it. It might not be where you would like it. Many would like to be more positive. Not to say you're not positive now, but a lot more connected. And he shows him, he's holding your hand, the right hand. Blessings.
Okay, and second question for Denise 1111. Are there any messages for my family from the dragonflies in my yard?
Yes, he connected them, and astral. Actually, they enjoy your energy. That's why they're there. So they're your neighbors, and you do connect to them in astral also, but you have more conversations than you do now. Right now, they're just scoping out the joint, basically, just fertilizing it. They just enjoy your energy so much. They just enjoy being around you. But as for your astral connections, basically they show it's like that you're just sitting around with a bunch of beers. I know, just talking about old times. Remember, I was a dragonfly in your yard or something like that. So, give you another way of looking at things. So, blessings.
Okay, and next is Gregory Sabakul. I've felt my grandpa Peter, who died almost 4 years ago, around me lately. What was the story behind our relationship, and has he been hanging around?
Well, your story goes into the galactic energies. Yes, Palladian, a lot of Arcturian actually. Actually, the Arcturian is actually the strongest, where you've actually been a father figure of this individual. But yes, he's been around for. It seems like he's just very interested in your direction. He's not something he would ever connect to in his lifetime. So you're helping him see things differently. Blessings.
Okay. Second question is, do I have any messages? Thank you.
Yes, I'm seeing you connected to the Dragon Collective. In Agartha, but also in other worlds, other Earth realities, you do have a current Dragon lifetime currently going on at this time, and most likely, I believe you'll be able to connect to it. It is very humanoid, but it's very distinctive. As the dragons feel like they are part of the seeds of this earth, protectors, but also great storytellers, but also not just, well, adventurers is one way of looking at it, but they can cleanse the soul for healing purposes. So you can connect to them to see more, help you open up your third eye more clearly. This goes for others also to connect to their energies. Blessings.
Okay. Next is Raw N. Does my guide Roger have any messages for me?
One moment. But yeah, it says you've been connecting much to Agartha, but to a lot of ogre energies. The ogres, you've been around quite a lot recently. It's like learning about the American Indians. Basically, you've had incarnations connected to them in the past, but I believe a lot of that they're. I believe you will see them in a different light. Basically, they might be strange looking, but they're also very peaceful beings. They're not. Some of them are depicted as negative because the Archon energies that affected them also affected much of the gargoyles. Also, they're actually very beautiful beings. Not to say they're not beautiful now, but did change their appearance. For the Archons, they had a purpose behind it. So basically, connected to ogre energies, most likely you will see them in a different light and many messages coming from them. Yes, they're like Yoda, if you're wanting to get an idea. Blessings.
Okay. And next is, his next question is, does my guardian angel named Asilia have any messages for me? Thank you. Much love.
Yes, you're going to the other side for healing purposes. You are connected to Mother Mary also to relive your childhood as you wish to do so. Going back to your childhood, healing your childhood, so Mother Mary's energy is to help awaken yourself basically from the past. That's been not exactly easy. So you can take her hand and walk through your childhood if you wish to do so. Visualize whatever effort to bring a healing to those situations that were very unhappy for you. Blessings.
Okay. And next is Caden Dance. Does Angel Raziel have a message for me?
Yes, I do see the finances not doing so well. He says it will take some time. You will have new ideas in the next couple of months. But yes, life has been kind of rough around the edges, but you will find your way. Your invention is key, but also you will find other ways. Yes, it's not necessarily the entire mindset at this time, but he wanted to mention that. He doesn't believe that's the main thing on your mind, but it's something you want to address at least. Blessings.
Okay. And second question for Caden, any other messages?
One moment. Yes, there seems to be a silent Yes, that's something you would always connect to, but a salamander race that you are connected to. As part of the Sirian energies, underwater beings with an R alien galactic energies. One moment. One moment. Yes, you're also connecting to. As for those lifetimes of the Syrians, yes, and that haven't exactly been the easiest. Basically, when you don't have a human incarnation, you've had it very uneasy. When you have human incarnations, not to say life is perfect, but it's a lot easier for you to understand. So you might see that some have easier to be animals, animal aliens, or just an animal. Some are better. It's like I just better be human, basically. So you see you with the Palladians, even the Syrians have many human, incarnations that are easier. But you tried out other incarnations. I believe the human seems to be the best at this time. I believe you can connect to that. There's a much more you can go into that. Leave it at that. Blessings.
Okay, next is Susie. And her first question is, what messages does my higher self have for me today?
Yes, you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. That's causing a blood pressure issue at this time. Not to say there's anything to worry about, but there seems to be a blood pressure issue ever so slightly because of the circumstances. As you say, it will work out in your. Well, you have to go to unconventional places to find sources of income that will come. But I believe you will connect with this. But yes, it's not going to be easy, but you will find it eventually. But you're going through many tests at this time, as you can see, but it has a lot to do with soul reflection. But you will find what you're looking for. Take care. Blessings.
Okay, second question. Does my higher self have specific advice on how to deal with my depression at this time? Thank you so much.
Well, it'd be best to connect to individuals that bring happiness to you, friends, family. It's best to not to be alone all the time, but it's best to find individuals that you can talk to or join a group or find somebody you can connect with that will keep you out of this nosedive that you're going through at this time. But of course, in the job market, just continue to look. I believe you. There are some prospects there, but I believe you crossed by. If you go back to some of the places that you've looked that you've didn't think would work out, you'd be surprised. But that's up to you to find it, though. Blessings.
Okay, next is Miles. Do I have any messages from my spirit guides or higher beings?
One moment. Yes, Archangel Azrael has a strong connection with you as a brother incarnation connection. And he says right now is steady but slow is what he says. You have a lot of Egyptian connections also that have not been fully realized. When you start realizing these things, much more will come out. Just visualize yourself as an Egyptian, as many do. Many here are Egyptian. To believe you see the answers coming through. Often it's for past life Egypt incarnations. So visualize that place. You most likely will receive messages or at least impressions of what your life was. Blessings.
Okay, second question for Miles. How open is my third eye currently? Thank you.
It's a half. It's at a half place. It is doing well. You're seeing what you are ready to see. There's much more, of course. You don't want to see too much right now. At this third density environment, it would be too much to handle. So at this time, I believe it's at a level playing field. Some things you block out for a good reason because it's just too much. It's just think about going at life at 100 miles an hour. It is too much to see all of that, though. So blessings.
Next is Crystal Eve. Are there any messages from the angels?
Yes, they say right now you're downloading a great deal of information, I believe, from the Arcturians at this time. But for your life matters, you're doing a lot of astral connections right now, and your life is going as you set it up. But it does seem like a lot of your astral connections are where a lot of your action is going on. Like Earth, and it's going to be the same, not always, but your astral is where all your adventure is going on. You can probably bring a lot of that in. I believe you have some indication of what's going on. But right now, their life is the way it is to keep stability. You didn't have that in other incarnations, actually. So stability is very important at this time. Family, just family, keep stability there. So it is the way it needs to be at this time.
And the second question, are there any messages from my higher self?
Oh, yes. Your higher self says go into your imagination more. See what you are. You might say you have no imagination. You'd be surprised because there's a lot of beings around you that can bring assistance to you, or just at least give you an indication of what is around. I believe you have glimpsed at it ever so slightly in the past. But just go by just use your imagination of who's around you. That's your higher self downloading information to you to show you who's around. And yes, it might be insane, but that's the whole point of it. At least in this third density. Blessings.
Okay. And next is Donna Riggs. Blessings tonight. Do you see my friend Linda F. from New York making it out next month to help me as she is on a tight budget?
Yes. It is yes. How she's going to do it? I believe she will. Give or take a week or so. So she might not be there as soon as she wants to, but then again, she might be. So it's up and down right now. I believe she will right now. Blessings.
Okay. And second question is, any messages for me tonight? Thank you much, love.
Yes, I believe that. Yes, your previous questions have been, what have I been involved with in my past lives? This is very fascinating, and others have been interesting to see if others are going to jump into that also. What significant connection have I had? I do see you connecting to. Mentally clear my throat. I do see you connecting to JFK during his situation that history has mostly known him for. I believe you're also there to help him cross over. You were warning him. Of course, you already knew what was going on with many beings. So you were a galactic being, I believe, around him during that time. I know it's like, why am I there? You have many reasons. You've known him in other incarnations also. You might feel an connection to him, or maybe not, but there is one there. As you are, I believe, a galactic historian, so you know these things are going to happen. He knew this is going to happen also, such as Lincoln, but the JFK is very strong with you. He's like a son to you from what I'm seeing. Yes, maybe one that's kind of swerves off and goes into where. Maybe not exactly where you're hoping for him, but either way. But he has a lot of temptations around him. That's why I went to the direction he did. But at this time, you're a great assistance to him. And I believe you connected him in Astral at this time. So I see mostly an alien connection there. I don't see you have an incarnation during that time. Of course, you were incarnating human, but I see a lot of alien energy around him. Blessings.
Okay. And next is Jess. What messages do my soul parents, Lakshmi and Vishnu, have for me at this time?
Just to follow your highest excitement is what moments there. But they do say you're taking trips in astral with them a lot recently. They're showing you their lifetimes to give you more understanding of your lifetime here, but of course you don't remember it. So it's like he's like, here I believe in this incarnation, like I'm ready to clear all this out. I'm done. Like I think I've cleared out my karma. But then they're reminding you of what they've been through. So it's like, okay, I understand. So sometimes things are not as cleared out as soon as you'd like it, basically. That's the message.
Okay. And second question for Jess is, will Yeshua help attune me to allow a stronger connection for channeling now that my throat chakra has experienced healing from him? Much love and blessings.
Yes, but I also see Archangel Michael around that also. Yes, blessings.
Okay. And next is Jim F. If there are any entity or other beings interfering with me, or is it something else because it sure feels as if I'm being messed with?
There is a reptilian around you. Yes, he calls himself Headlock. Nice name. He has a tail his tail seems to show it like wraps around you. So, Headlock, to take it easy. He's like an old friend of yours, so I don't think he's entirely negative. He's got his moments, basically. He's kind of rough around the edges. He is a Draconian that is underground near planet, I believe, in the Arizona area, from what I'm gathering. So I don't think you can drive out there and run into him. I don't think I see that happening. So just ask him to chill out. Most likely, you might see him show up to you, possibly. Blessings.
And second question for Jim, any messages for me? Thanks and blessings.
Well, yes, your guys are saying yes. Your tests obviously have a great significance, but that your soul growth is exactly how as you wanted. Your level of spirituality and awakenedness is as you are looking for. They also say the channeling ability does live with you, and also your galactic friends with the Sirians, Palladian. Mostly you do see a Sirian energy is the strongest at this time. But of course, you can connect to any star system of your wish. But they say that Yeshua at this time is also helping you open up your third eye as you go into a new version of yourself. You are slowly creeping out, it seems. That's not exactly the best word for it. They show you coming out of your old ways. They show also a lot of shaman, North American, Indian energies around you. And you can reconnect to that also to bring a peacefulness to you. So if you feel any kind of rage or anything, you can use the North American Indian energy around you. Because you had lifetimes with them. That's why. Blessings.
Okay. And next is Amy. Sometimes when I'm resting on my bed, I feel something small jump on the bed and walk around my feet. Is this my angel kitty or something else?
Yes. It is yes. An angel and elemental kitty. Yes. Blessings.
Okay. And second question for Amy. Have there been any universes that have collapsed because of the imbalance between dark and light?
Of course, all the time. Happening right now, actually. Just the way it goes. But new cycles are open. So a great amount of teachings is brought in, and it's even possible for this universe to go through that. But not anytime soon. When the time of it for it to close out the universe, that is one way to go about it. There are different ways. It's like, does this universe run its course? And then they, not necessarily, it has to be negative. It can just be just closing the door, basically, for new experiences. Blessings.
Okay. And next is Debbie M. My daughter's jaw is locking up. She's been to a dentist and also a chiropractor with no success. Can you suggest what would work?
Yes, to basically get a second opinion. As for what we can connect to at this time, a second opinion would be the best, or a third opinion for that matter. Tell them of your situation. And if they cannot help you, they're going to give you the same results. Keep on looking because they're not finding the right one. It seems like it's something more for their expertise for us to give you any advice. It's more of a spiritual direction is all we can assist at this time. Basically, Reiki on the mouth, you can do that also to remove a lot of dark blockages. You can do that. You can study up on it or find a Reiki master. You'd be surprised. If you find a Reiki master in your area, that would be tell them your situation, ask if they can help. That would be another solution. Actually, I do recommend that, but that's all up to you. Blessings.
Okay, second question for Debbie. Any messages for me?
Yes, it's not necessarily be picking up on this right now, but do you have many lifetimes of just being very fast? Not to say you are fast in this. I believe you came to this incarnation to take things slow, because I see it so many lifetimes in your past, just very quick, very high energy, high dimensional lifetimes, 6, 7 density energies, even with the angels, just doing things very quickly. So another reason you came into this incarnation, just to slow things down, appreciate the little things in life. It's like everything doesn't have to be as you see people that drive very quickly, that's an indication of a soul that's used to going quickly because their energy is used to at a high density level. So that's not always the case, but it is they're trying to remember their speed from a 6 density environment. So blessings. You've conquered the taking it easy part, which is good. Many have not. Blessings.
Okay, chat room page 3. First question is from Symmetry. Any messages for me?
Yes, it seems like you're connecting to what your Earth would call is Bigfoot. You're connecting to the Bigfoot energies a lot recently in astral, and you used to be a Bigfoot being of your own, and it's been very peaceful. I believe that you'd much rather that in a human incarnation at this time. So, interesting. When I connected to that, I did see you're still clearing a lot of World War II energies. So, you can always meditate on that. I'll leave you with that. Blessings.
Okay, second question for Symmetry. Am I meant to meet and work with aliens in this life on a more physical level?
Mostly it'll be a spiritual at this time. Humans aren't ready for of course, you can always manifest that. There's no one stopping you. You can always manifest it. Just ask and just feel it, and you never know. But right now it is unable for us to. Of course, you have to move locations. I don't recommend that at this time. But a spiritual connection would be just as good as a physical would be much better, but right now your Earth is not allowing us to be physical. But there's nothing stopping you, though. So if you wish to do so, go by your own intuition. I will not do anything too drastic, but to put that intention out and to continue that intention and just let your soul do the connection. Blessings.
Okay, next is Stacy. Are there any messages from the rainbow people?
Yes, at this time they're assisting your chakra clearings at this time. As you might be aware, they're very connected to the unicorns. And what they are saying, the unicorn, and anytime you feel down, disconnecting, connect to the rainbow energies and bringing the unicorn vibrations to even ask for one to come to you. Most likely you'll feel their energy around you to help cleanse your lower vibrational energy, especially if you can't connect to the sun. You can ask the unicorns to bring assistance. You might not always connect to it because you need the sun, but there's a possibility you will be able to up your energy ever so slightly. So as if you're burning your own sun, you created your own sun. You can do that through the rainbows, of course. Blessings.
Second question for Stacy. Today seemed like a challenging day for me for multiple reasons. Does the Buddha or Yeshua have any messages? I can choose peace rather than this has become my new piece of guidance and proving to show many areas of needed attention.
Yes, they're testing your soul right now. It does seem like you did a slight change in timeline. So you can test the soul because you have many things you're learning from those individuals that you're around. So those tests it has a lot to do with the people that you're around at this time, that you chose to go through this test with them. So it does seem like you're learning a lot more about them. You might not see it in your third density. A lot of it's not seen in your third density. It's mostly a spiritual connection that's going on, but possibly you will see the spiritual side of a third density is not necessarily going to show it. But it has a lot to do with the individuals that you're connected to right now. It's not being very clear at this moment, but I believe you can make that connection. Blessings.
Okay, and that's the last of the questions for tonight. Thank you,
Yes.
Redmond.
Thank you. Blessings from Sirius, and good night. Okay. All right. Blessings, everyone.